Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me today for this tarot read. I saw in the comments, because we're always sort of talking about these animal totems, I got this deck here. Somebody mentioned octopuses. I do not have octopuses in my deck. I don't, but I think they're absolutely awesome creatures, and you really got me thinking, so I actually looked it up because I was curious to what they represented in terms of spiritual energy, and it made a lot of sense because it coincided with, and it's kind of like a lot of these animal totems do, it coincided with a lot of different attributes that these animals have. So octopuses, I mean, they represent that intelligence because they are absolutely intelligent creatures, very sensitive creatures. They're also very nurturing, and they're not afraid of self-sacrifice like the giant Pacific octopus. For the females, once they're adults and they lay their eggs, their last act of being alive in this world is to protect those babies, to protect those eggs, to blow air over them every day so that they develop until they hatch, and they actually die doing that. So you might be somebody who's not afraid of that sort of self-sacrifice or have very nurturing energy. Also, unlike all the other creatures on this planet, we all sort of came from that same very early primordial ooze of our planet and those really fundamental elements. Octopuses and other cephalopods, their DNA and sort of their building blocks actually came from asteroids from space. So they're actually kind of star seeds, guys. They're kind of transplants from somewhere else in the universe that have just learned to evolve and adapt to our planet here. So you might be somebody who has never entirely felt like you're at home within our planet or with other people around you, but you have the ability to adapt and to thrive and to grow, even though you do maybe feel out of place at times. You might be a bit of a starseed yourself. Like I said, guys, I find it absolutely fascinating. I love octopuses. If you guys got Netflix, you should watch the animal series. They have one episode on the octopus narrated by Pedro Pascal. He plays the Mandalorian, and it's awesome. That was just an awesome episode. I think I've watched it like probably 10 times now because I think it's absolutely great. Okay, so we are going to go ahead after that big spiel. We're going to go ahead and get started with your tarot read for today, guys. The Wisdom Oracle deck was calling to me. So we're going to start with this one. We'll sort of see where your read goes. So Spirit Universe, what does the collective need to hear today? We had a few that wanted to pop out right away, right from the beginning. Oh, well, that's an interesting one to open up with. Truth be told. Truth be told. You can see in that little owl, and owls do represent wisdom, guys. It's like that opening up, that looking within, that bearing a truth. Whoa, message in the bottle. I think somebody wants to open up and tell a truth here. I don't know if this is for the collective's energy or somebody who the collective is dealing with. I do feel like somebody wants to contact someone else and speak a truth. That's very important to them. Interesting. Not for you. Not for you. This card is awesome because it represents that sometimes we're blessed by the things that don't work out for us, because sometimes it's actually for our higher good that something sort of falls through or a door closes. I want to know what this is all about. I want more cards, please. Spirit, can you please build on this read for the collective? What's the message going on here? Between worlds, that transitionary time, truth be told. This is part of somebody's truth. Like somebody's going through some sort of a transitional time. They might actually be dealing with some shadow work and are maybe wanting to reach out and maybe make amends or apologize or give an explanation to somebody. I feel a lot of like anxiety, apprehension, but also like regret, like I wish I would have done something differently. These are the emotions, the energies that I'm getting from these cards today. So I don't know if this is somebody who's sort of from your past or somebody who used to be a part of your life who's actually going through a time of dealing with their shadow work, which is not easy. You know, like we've been there. I'm sure some people are still going through it. I think we all go through it sort of to some degree or another throughout our lives. I don't know that you're ever forever out of it. Like, that's not easy to be doing. So if somebody's doing that, like, that's a pretty huge accomplishment to be able to stand up and say, I need to change or I need to deal with some baggage. So we got these guys here. I want the one that fell on the table first. Higher power. Oh, wow, that's interesting too. Okay, so whoever is doing this, whoever is going through this transitional time where they are sort of wanting to speak this truth and maybe make amends, because it is something about the past. This is something about the past that somebody does not like when they're reflecting on it. They don't like the choice that they made. They don't like how they behaved. It doesn't sit well with them. I keep feeling that regret. Somebody wants to make amends. I also feel like somebody's finding their spirituality too. So whoever is going through this, their journey is actually a very spiritual one too. So I don't know if this is somebody who's sort of actually going through like rehab or something like this, and they're wanting to do, you know, that step of making amends, but part of it is maybe it's done through a church or it's done through, you know, a faith. But I feel like faith and spirituality are very important to the journey for whoever this is who's going through this. Why? I just keep feeling like they feel like they owe somebody an explanation. Like they wronged somebody in their past. And now they see how wrong it was for what they did to them. And they want to give that person an explanation. I was going through a time where this is what was going on with me, and I wasn't choosing to be aware, you know, of other people around me. I was choosing to stay selfish, or I was choosing to be dysfunctional, or maybe this person had addictions issues. But they feel like it's very important for them to reach out to someone and explain themselves. And I do feel an apology here. This person wants to apologize. For whatever they did, they want to apologize. Chaos and conflict. Oh, absolutely. This person, like I said, this person has some serious issues. I don't know. I'll pull more cards. I'm not sure if this was like kind of drug addiction or if this was just shadows from their past. But this person did have a lot of shadows. But like I said, and I don't always get this in my reads. And I always tell you guys what I feel in the cards. I do feel like this person is legitimately doing their shadow work. I tell you if I thought it was BS. I tell you if that's what the cards were telling me and that was the energy that I was getting, that it was disingenuine. But that's not what I feel here. So whoever this is who's trying to reach out, this person is absolutely genuine in wanting to apologize. 100%. To be fair. Yeah, they want to bring balance back. You know what? And this is, I'll tell you too, what I feel in this. This person doesn't expect to be forgiven, so I don't know what they did. But it was bad enough that they feel like even if they came forward to apologize, they don't feel like they really deserve to be forgiven. Like whatever they did was so bad that if the other person was just like, I hate your guts and I never want to see you again, they would be like, I understand. Whew. So that's pretty heavy. That's really heavy. I don't know what they did to somebody in the past, but that's really heavy. Jeez. Poised. That's interesting because this poised card is about, you know, being ready for change. You're ready, ready and sort of waiting for that opportunity, ready to jump into it. I do feel some hesitation in this card though. So this person would like to reach out, and I feel like they're actively making changes in their life, and they are actively actually making amends with other people as well. I do feel like they are nervous about how this is going to go though. Because nobody likes to call someone up from their past and apologize for something that they did. Obviously, that's not really a fun thing to do or something you get, you know, excited to do or look forward to. So I do feel like this is something, and it's like this something. So I don't know what they did in this situation, but it's something really, really heavy and worse than what they did in other situations because it is giving them pause. Because like I said, this person is making amends with other people too. They're getting a hold of other energies from their past. They're apologizing. They're trying to be fair, trying to bring things back into balance, trying to, you know, give an explanation. But whoever they wronged, who they're really worried about getting a hold of, and I do feel like this is most likely someone from the collective's energy, they really did a number to this person. So this is weighing extremely heavy on them. I'm not sure what they did yet. We'll just keep pulling cards here. The loyal heart come flying out. That's the first one we'll start with. Loyal heart. This is a connection where these people were either, it feels like it was either like family connection or like married, because it was like supposed to be a loyal heart. Whereas, it's not like friendships shouldn't be loyal, but they tend to come and go a little bit more. This feels like it was supposed to be this. The expectation for this relationship should have been like this. It should have been a loyal heart. This person should have been a loyal heart, whether it was like a parent-child relationship or siblings, or it was, like I said, a marriage. It was supposed to be a loyal heart. They really feel like they let somebody down big time. Blessed. Deep knowing. This person's, I find it absolutely amazing how much this person has found their faith and how much they've found spirituality throughout their journey. This person prays all the time now. They pray all the time. They're very in touch with whatever they feel their God is or their higher power. I do feel like they pray for forgiveness. I do feel like they pray for the strength to take action and reach out and apologize. They also pray that whoever this is from the collective's energy who they've wronged has gone on to live a blessed life, that that person is happy. They do worry about that other person's happiness, and they pray for other people too, that other people can be happy. Deep knowing. Well, that's interesting. I'll tell you, this is probably the first card I've gotten that feels like it fits your guys' energy. This is the first card that's come forward out of each and every one of these that I actually feel is tied to the collective's energy and not to whoever this other person is who's going through this transitional and this healing time. I think you think they're going to reach out to you. I think you have a deep knowing. Whoever this person is, you guys do have some sort of a deeper soul connection too. So, and like I said, this might be some sort of a deep family connection or something, or a marriage or a soulmate type connection that came apart because of, and it would be because of whatever this person did. It was whatever they were up to. It was their darkness. It was their shadows that broke everybody apart. I keep feeling like they're reaching out or they're getting ready to reach out. I don't know if you're having dreams or this is just your intuition and you just know. You can't put it into words. You can't explain why. You can't point to one thing or another that shows you it. You just know. I feel like this is coming. This person is getting ready to reach out to you. We're going to grab a couple more here. This guy. Community. Interesting. I get more than a few energies in here. This person's healing journey that they're taking, they are part of a community doing it. So now whether that's like a kind of like a AA or whatever, or it's through a church or whatever it is, they're not just alone in their journey. They have sort of like a mentor and somebody to help look out for them and other people who are struggling who they can speak with as well. They are part of a group. This also speaks to their connection with you and wanting to make things right and their regret for what they did to destroy that community and that relationship. It may also mean that you guys have sort of a family tie or a family together. Should we go more? I'm getting told to set these guys aside now. Okay, so where are we going now, Spirit? Now what cards need to come forward to help tell this story? Really, that deck. Okay, that's not the deck that I would have chosen, but that's the one that Spirit wants. So the bottom card did not want to come with the deck when I grabbed it. So that's always Spirit's way of saying it belongs in the read. So I'm going to flip it over as our first. The Ten of Swords. Holy crap. This person had a near-death experience. This was their rock bottom. This was their rock bottom. It was either like an overdose or it was some sort of an accident that occurred because of their darkness. So if this was someone who maybe even did a whole lot of drinking, it might have been a drinking and driving accident. But this person almost died. Hell, they might have even died for a moment and been brought back. But that was their turning point. That was this person's turning point, coming face to face with death. That's when they were like, oh my God, I need to deal. I need to change my ways. I can't live my life anymore. It was like something absolutely changed inside them. And they were like, I can't be like this. I need to change. Ten of Swords, and I'll tell you about the Ten of Swords too. Sometimes it represents a disappointing ending, but it's always one that benefits you in the long run. It's something that's for your higher good. So even though this person had some big, tragic, near-death experience, it actually was for their higher good, because whatever it was, that was their wake-up call. And I'll tell you, they answered it. Thank God they answered it. And this person is trying to get themselves together. Genuinely. Like I said, I'll tell you if I think they're lying. I'll tell you if in the energy I see somebody's full of it. I've done it before. Not this time. This person's genuine. Their change is real and genuine. The Devil card. They're dealing with a lot of demons. This person had a lot of demons. They hurt a lot of people too, with whatever it was that they were struggling with. If this was like an addiction. And because it's like at the bottom here, it has two different figures. It says the enslaved woman, the enslaved man, which usually comes with the Rider White deck, right? You have the two figures in chains. And because you're kind of being controlled by whatever this devil represents to you. This person was like kind of like a slave to whatever their demons were and their darkness was. And they gave into it and gave into it and they fed it and they fed it. Until this happened, this Ten of Swords, this near-death experience happened. This was the thing that shook somebody awake. This was the thing that somebody really needed to show them how dangerous what they were doing was. Spirit, can you please bring more for this message for the collective? King of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to come with an offering of truth. They absolutely do. It's 100% true. They want to come and they want to tell you this truth. I chose to give in to my demons. I had chaos going on the inside. This person may have been an addict of some sort and hooked on something, whether it was some type of drugs or whether it was alcohol. This person was a slave to something, whatever their demons were. And they chose to live that. They chose not to deal with their problems, and they chose to keep feeding that darkness. And they want to apologize that their choices to feed that darkness hurt you. That's the truth this person wants to come forward and say to you. That they left you high and dry. They recognize that they abandoned you almost. They left you maybe in a really bad spot financially. Maybe if this was a marriage, because I was feeling like a family with this community card, they could have left a family, like a spouse and children, to go feed this addiction. You know, like this person, like I said, abandoned. I keep feeling abandoned in this card. They abandoned somebody. They did not fulfill their obligations. That's why I kept feeling like this relationship was supposed to be a loyal heart relationship. These two people, whoever they were, this person and the one that they're bringing the message forward to today for the collective. They understand that they were supposed to be a loyal heart to that person. That was the expectation that was set in place, and that they failed. They failed. Instead of doing their duty and being that loyal heart, they chose to give in to their darkness, and they caused a lot of hurt. Spirit, can you please bring more forward in this message? What else does the collective need to hear? This is the first one I want. The Magician. Well, I'll tell you what I get told with this card. The word that I was told, the word that I was told, I'm not saying this to be mean either. I'll explain it to you, was amateur. Amateur. This person is dealing with their issues. Okay, they have not mastered everything yet. They're not entirely, because even in this, I don't feel like he's a master. I feel like everything's really precariously floating. So I feel like this person is sorting through their demons. They're genuine in their journey, but their journey is not even almost over. They have not even almost reached the end of what they're trying to accomplish in this healing and this making of amends. but they are working at it. I keep feeling, even in this, I feel like I'm trying. I'm learning, I'm trying, I'm getting a little bit ahead. See, I'm making some progress, and it encourages me to keep moving forward more, to be the master of my life, to be the master of my emotions, to be the master of my words and of my truth, to be the master of my passions so I don't get carried away, and to be the master of what I manifest here in the physical world. Feel like this person's genuinely trying to get their shit together. Just 100% there. The Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. It's a slow, steady energy. It's like, kind of like the tortoise and the hare, right? Slow and steady always wins the race. This person's looking for the long-term success. That's what they're moving towards. The Knight of Pentacles also tends to be a very genuine offer. When it speaks of an offer coming forward or an energy coming forward to bring you an offer, it speaks of it being very genuine. And that is what this is. This person wants to make amends. It is very genuine. I keep getting, I'll understand if you don't forgive me. I'll understand. I keep hearing that. So they get it. They get it. I don't think they ever got it when they were within their demons. At this point in time, they get what they did wrong. They get the magnitude of it and how much it hurts you. The Page of Swords. I tell you, I do get your energy in this Page of Swords too. You still have truths that I think you need to speak to this person about. I keep feeling like you have words that you need to say that perhaps you've never spoken or never got a chance to speak. Because I kept getting here this feeling of like abandonment, like they abandoned you. They abandoned your energy with whatever happened. I don't feel like you ever really got the chance to say what you needed to say. I keep feeling like there's things I need to get off my chest that I've never been able to say because I need this freedom. I need the freedom of unloading things. So you still have truth that you're going to need to speak to this person when they come forward. I do feel like this is part of the hesitation in the Poise card, that this person, it kind of guesses that's coming. And that's part of why they're hesitating a little bit, because they don't know what kind of message is coming forward. They don't know what it is you have to say. They know you're going to be very emotional. They know you're going to be upset. They know you're going to be angry, and that you may never forgive them. I think they're a little bit nervous about what's coming forward. This is not going to be a real nice sit down and have coffee kind of conversation. There's going to, you're going to have to say some things, and it's not going to be nice. And they're going to admit to some things and apologize to things. And you might still not be ready for an apology or ready to accept that apology. The Moon card. And the Nine of Swords. So the Moon card can sometimes be a Pisces energy. I'm going to pull a couple more. I just want to get a real beat on it. Sometimes when I don't get an immediate message off of it, sometimes it does refer to sort of a zodiac energy. So I'll pull some more. That Nine of Swords is that worry and that losing sleep though. They lose a lot of sleep over what they've done in the past, including what they've done to you, also what they've done to other people. So much regret. So much regret. They are tortured by what they've done in the past. And it is, like I said, it's genuine. It's genuine. Can you tell me more about that Moon card, please, Spirit? That Moon card. Tell me more about the Moon card, please. Give me more clarification on the Moon card. Ten of Pentacles. I keep getting family. I keep getting generational. I keep getting legacy. This doesn't feel like their energy, this Emperor. I gotta tell you. It also doesn't feel like your energy. This is part of where their demons came from. Okay, this was like their parent. This was either a father or a mother or a grandparent who was really abusive. Extremely abusive when this person was a child. This is where part of their darkness actually came from. I keep feeling like they almost took some of that on, or started to mirror some of it as they got older. It's almost like they went through all this abuse, but then later in life they started almost like becoming the abuser. Like they kind of took that role on. They took on some of that chaoticness This was a huge demon for them that they had to confront. Whoever this represents in their life, whether this was a parent or like a grandparent, but it would have been like I said, like that guardian authority figure. It was somebody who is very cruel and abusive and controlling and angry. Because I keep getting that 10 of Pentacles, kind of like legacy. And it is tied to the 9 of Swords and their worry. So I keep feeling like they're worried that they're passing down this legacy. They're worried that they're passing down. And maybe that's our moon card, because the moon card represents mystery and secrets. And I think there's been a period of time here where you guys have not had contact. And I do feel like they sort of wonder what's going on in your life right now. They wonder if this negativity, it's almost like, has it passed down? Have I passed it down? Have I now begun that cycle again with another generation? Or have I started that, everything that I went through here and all the damage that it caused with whoever this was in their life, and then it carried into a new situation? Have I now created that huge mess? Have I now become this person and left other people in a wreck and left other people in ruins? They do worry very heavily about that. The Tower. Sometimes I feel a transformation with the Tower card, because really endings are just beginnings. That is not the vibe I get with this card. I tell you, the Tower is the Tower in this read. The Tower is the Tower. And this is tying into this Emperor and this miserable person from their past. Absolutely miserable. It's just the nastiest, darkest, most wretched little energy right here. And this is tied to the Tower somehow. So this person either got locked up for doing something absolutely horrible and wound up in prison, or this is somebody who died alone or died of their addictions. They had a very terrible end or a very terrible ending of their life. Whoever this Emperor is, they do not want to repeat this. They do not want to become this Emperor. Oh, wow. And that makes it absolute, thank you, as my guides tied it all together, and that makes absolute sense. When they had this near-death experience, they realized that at that time, had they died like that, they would have become the Emperor. They would have just repeated the same damn cycle over again and ended just the same way. In a big tower, in a big tragedy, because of their demons. That was part of what shook them. They were like, oh my God, I've become this person, and now I'm living the same life, and now it's like I'm carrying on this awful legacy. I feel like that's a fear for them. Even though they're dealing with everything, and like I said, they're still new and dealing with it, and they're still processing it. I still feel like this is still a heavy fear for them. And part of what keeps them going and what keeps them driving forward in trying to become different and trying to heal and trying to change their own legacy, or the legacy that they leave the people around them as well, is they are terrified of turning into this Emperor. Whoever this Emperor was to them, that scares the bejesus out of this person. They do not want to be that, because I think they hated that person wholeheartedly. I think they absolutely hated that Emperor, because that Emperor was so damn cruel to them. They had a mad hate on for that person. They do not want to turn into them themselves. The Wheel of Fortune. You know what? And this is part of their realization. This is part of their aha moment. And this has come through the counseling that they've been going through this group they've been a part of, their healing, and they're sorting through their demons, is that they are like the master of their Wheel of Fortune. If they choose to give in to these demons, then they're turning their Wheel of Fortune in the direction of a tower and just turning into the Emperor. But they also have the ability to make different choices and to choose this wheel turn it in a much more constructive way. One that breeds some healing for themselves, for others who they've done wrong to. One where they can manifest a life for themselves and have some honesty and some self-respect. Because I don't think this person liked themselves very much either. I'll tell you that too. There wasn't a whole lot of self-esteem here. This person didn't feel like they were worth much of anything, which was part of, what happened with the emperor too, and sort of the mindset that was put in place. Can you tell me more, please, Spirit, about what's going on this message that the collective needs to hear today? The Sun card. I do very much see the child in this card. That's right. I like over and over and over again, I keep getting pulled back to generational, to legacy, to family, to community. They are very concerned about carrying this on as a legacy. It's like this person, I don't know if this read is for their child. And it's like they don't want their child to take on the same heavy burdens that they took on because they had an abusive parent. And then they turned into an abusive, neglectful parent themselves. And it's like they don't want that legacy. They don't want whoever this child is who represents here on the Sun card, they don't want this next generation to follow in their footsteps. They don't want this repeated. They want this generational, I've heard them called generational curses before. I don't think it's a curse. But this generational legacy, they don't want this to repeat. This cycle. They want it to end with them and for everybody else to start fresh and to be able to have a different legacy, to be able to have happiness and functionality and stability. That's what they want. They don't want a repeat of all of this. They don't want to cause the same damage that this one caused because then they become this person. I said it scares the crap out of them. It keeps them up at night. I want that one too. Okay. Oh, and that one, and that one. Okay, and I get told this one too. All need to come out. The Six of Pentacles. I keep seeing that handed down. Handed down. They want to change what they're passing on. You know, like even if this isn't a child, if this is just people from their past that they've wronged, we do affect the people around us. With our choices, with our behavior, and it can leave emotional scars on others. Or it can leave happy memories or encouragements, you know, like we have an impact on other people with our behavior, and this person's finally learning that. And they want to choose very carefully about the impact that they have and what they give to other people, the experiences that they give to other people. The King of Wands. Oh yeah, dealing with big anger issues. They grew up really angry too because growing up with that emperor, it just made them really angry. It made them feel super helpless, and that made them feel very angry. And they just kind of took it out on everybody. I keep feeling like there's so much clarity for this person now that they've gone through this process, like genuinely going through this process instead of just saying the words and going through the motions. They're seeing so much about themselves, so much regret. So much regret about the past, about what they've done. It weighs so heavy on them what their anger has done, the pain that their anger has caused other people, the pain that their demons has caused other people around them in their past. The Hangman. And they recognize that they did it to themselves. That's the thing about the Hangman too. Is he's not always a very negative card. He speaks to basically the only thing that can stop you from finding your successes in life are yourself. Right? Giving in to fears, to doubts, to insecurities, to shadows. As you are stopping yourself from moving forward and finding success. And this person now realizes that that's exactly what they did with their choices. They allowed their demons and their darknesses to call the shots. And they stopped themselves from finding happiness and success. They stopped themselves from becoming a loyal heart and building that deep loyal heart bond with people who were very close to them and very open and willing to build that. Yeah, the Two of Cups. They would very much like to apologize. I think they would like to repair things. But what I get most too is like, for as much as they want to repair things, as much as they want to apologize, they recognize that it's your choice. They recognize that this is something that you have to be open to. And they will respect if your answer is no. They will respect it and they will understand it because they've been on the receiving end of this nastiness, right? If this one had come to them at some point and apologized and tried to make amends, I don't know what they would have done. I don't know that they would have accepted the apology and been like, hey, let's have a fresh start. They might have just said, stay away from me and don't ever talk to me again. Because they had that hurt from this person that they then caused to you. So there's that understanding there that they may not be worthy of your forgiveness. What I do get though is that, and this is from their energy, that even if you don't want to forgive them or you can't forgive them, you can't bring yourself to do it, it's like they still want you to live. They still want you to live a blessed life. That's the thing. It's like, okay, you can still be angry at me if you need to, but don't follow in my footsteps or don't repeat my mistakes. That's their biggest thing too. This person would love to have that bond repaired. They would love to bring balance back into whatever this was and try and mend it and heal it. But beyond any of that, their most important thing is that you don't live the negativity anymore. Or you don't carry this cycle on, that you're able to find healing within yourself. You're able to let this piece of things go, find your own peace and balance and happiness, and to thrive. Beyond anything else, that's what they want. The Six of Wands. This is you. Six of Wands. This is how they feel about you. They hold you in high regard. Like I said, I'm still not 100% who you are to this person. If you are family member, if they are your parent or a sibling, or if this was a marriage or a romantic relationship. But they see you now for who you truly are, and they hold you in high regard. Like, they see things clearly now. This person genuinely does. They're finding their clarity. The Four of Pentacles. And I do feel in this Four of Pentacles, I gotta tell you too, it's like, I don't have much to offer. This person is really just getting their feet under them. And that's why I kept feeling in here like it was like kind of like amateur, like they're still learning. This person is just barely getting their feet under them. Like they barely have a pot to piss in. They really haven't built their life back up since everything happened. They're struggling. They don't have much. And they're not coming looking for help either. I keep getting that, like, they're not coming to you just looking for money or looking for a handout or looking for pity. That it has nothing to do with that. They are genuinely looking to apologize, to give you an explanation that they feel like you deserve and never got. Give you an opportunity to say everything that you feel like you need to say to help unload your burdens, so that you can find that happiness and that peace and you can move on. So that they're not holding you back and they're not making you carry their baggage. The Ace of Cups. It is a genuine peace offering. Absolutely it is. And this person has no ill will. They don't, like, you could just unleash on this person and you could just rip them down and they would not be angry at you. They would be so understanding. They would be so empathetic. They would not be mad at you. They completely understand. Wow. Like, who this person is today, I'm telling you this, who this person is today is not who they were before this near-death experience happened to them. They are a completely different person. The Page of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. I'll tell you what I feel in this Page of Pentacles too. I do still get pulled back to your energy. I gotta say, you do have, from what I can feel in the cards, there's still unresolved emotions here about what happened. Because like I said, you got wronged big time. You were heavily wronged by this person. And you never got an apology. They never tried to make amends with you. And you just had to deal with the hurt. So you do still have probably some anger here. You do still have some hurt. You do still have some tears here. I keep feeling like this is going to be up to you how much amends will be made. You know, whether this is somebody who you'll talk to after this, or whether you'll allow them to give you their full explanation, or whatever it is. Like, I keep feeling like you're the one who's going to dictate how this goes and how far it goes. But they're willing to sit and hear whatever it is you have to say. They're willing to apologize. They 100% get it. They are on their learning journey. They are committed to learning, becoming a better person, taking responsibility for their actions, and being accountable for what they've done in the past and what they do in the future. They've found their faith, they found their spirituality, and it's part of what carries them forward and gives them purpose. They found this higher learning about what happened to them in the past and how it's affected them throughout their lives and how they don't want to become that person. And the Fool card, it is that leap of faith. But it's funny because this card doesn't necessarily belong to you and it doesn't necessarily belong to them. I feel like this card is split between the two of you. To me, it feels like their leap of faith in finally reaching out and apologizing, which I know they're struggling to do. I know they're terrified of doing. It's like biting the bullet and just marching on ahead and doing it. But then it's like you're half of things too. Are you going to sit and hear what they have to say? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to give yourself a chance to speak your piece to this person? That opportunity to have that conversation. I don't feel this situation between the two of you one way or another written in stone. Like I said, I can see this person's path. I can see some of where they've been and definitely where they're wanting to head and sort of their transitional time and their aha moments. I see that in the cards. I can see that you have this hurt that's still there and you're still hanging on to. I don't know where this is going to go when the two of you come together, because that part of that is just, like I said, it's up to you. This person is not going to even try to dictate how that goes. They want to respect you and respect your opinions and respect your feelings and your boundaries and where you're at. I'd encourage you to take the chance and unload. It's better than sitting with unsaid words forever and ever, to be able to at least get that shit off your chest. I don't know if there's going to be, like I said, I don't know if there's going to be 100% amends here and you guys will be able to move on and have some sort of a relationship depending on who you were to each other. Because it all depends on what you're ready for. But this person, I'll tell you in the cards, I'll say it again. I always tell you when I think somebody's full of BS. When somebody's 100% genuine. Or somebody's just got a lot of baggage and they're really human. This person's genuine. They are genuinely sorting through their baggage. And they are coming to you with genuine intention to apologize. And to try and make amends. Not so that they can sleep at night. Not so that they feel better about themselves or their conscience is eased, but to help you to heal. That is their entire intent in coming back to apologize. It's for your benefit. It's to help you to heal so that you don't hold on to the anger or to the darkness like they chose to do for so long from this person in their past. They don't want to be that kind of a cause in somebody else's life. They want you to be happy, they want you to be at peace, and they don't want you to carry heaviness around. That is their entire intention behind trying to reach out to you and trying to make amends. So that you don't carry that darkness. And they feel like they owe you an explanation. This is a really interesting read, guys. Because I'll tell you, a lot of the times I get that somebody's coming back and maybe they're apologizing, but they have ulterior motives and they're kind of greasy. I don't feel that here at all. So it's nice to see that energy of somebody who's genuinely getting it together and making some positive changes in their life. So I hope this works out. I don't know who this is resonating with, but I hope you're able to find what you need in this situation, and I hope this read does help. Take care, guys.